He shoots, he scores! And it's going, 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 gone! It's another home run! Many of you in this room have heard phrases like these, and others like it, numerous times of your life. You may have multiple nights a week that you spend in front of your TV or computer, or if you're lucky in a stadium or arena, watching a sport with your favorite kind of sport. For many people in Canada, especially those who have lived here all or most of their lives, these are common things. Besides views on politics, my Facebook feed in the last month has been most commonly about sports. And this got me to thinking, whether we like it or not. Here in Canada, we are inundated with sports, and we are all sports fans of one kind or another. There are three types of sports fans. There are the true sports fans, the diehards, those who will schedule their entire lives around a game. And if they have to miss it for some reason or another, they'll PVR it to watch later and tell everyone to not tell them what happened because they haven't watched the game yet. Then there are those people that I would call fair weather fans. They are the people who join the fans when the going is good, that team is playing well, they're winning and progressing in playoffs of whatever league they may be in. Finally are people like myself. Shall I say the not as fans? They either enjoy sports for the appreciation of the athleticism, or spending time with people that they love, or they just don't really care at all. They could take it or leave it. First, the true sports fans. Many people that I know have their team. They will cheer for their team, defend their team, never, ever, ever consider giving up on their team, no matter how badly their team was playing. My brother-in-law spent some of his formative years in Edmonton. He was there when Wayne Gretzky was an Oiler and the Oilers became his team. In spite of the fact that he has spent the majority of his life not living anywhere near Edmonton, and the last 17 years here in Calgary, he is still an Edmonton fan. Even though they have not played well in years, he still staunchly holds on to the fact that one day they will turn it all around and he will still be an Oilers fan. I love his tenacity and dedication to that. True sports fans are this way. They are loyal to the core. Our other brother-in-law is a Raiders fan. He grew up in Greater Vancouver, but he spent most of his summers with family down in California, so he became an Oakland Raiders fan. It is manifest to anyone which team he cheers for, as his entire back is tattooed with the Raiders logo, with Raider Nation symbols all the way around it. Their colors at their wedding were black, white, with silver accents. I honestly think he is a little crazy. And he should be committed. But he is committed to the team. Once the Raiders are done for the year, that's the end of it for watching sports for him, until the next season starts. Second, you can always tell the true sports fans from the jump on the bandwagon fans. The people who become fans when the team from their city or a friend or spouse's favorite team is doing well and in the playoffs. Once the team is out for the season, they're done as well. And depending on the performance of said team, they may or may not be back. The year after we moved to Calgary, the Flames went to the Stanley Cup. The Sea of Red became a phrase that everybody in Calgary, and maybe even in North America, knew. The Red Mile became something that was titled, and you saw flags flapping in the wind from the side windows of every other car on the road. Most people in the world would say that hockey is our national sport, However, I looked it up and only 46% of people in Canada are actually following hockey very or fairly closely, which means that not even half of the people in this fair city are hockey fans, let alone Flames fans themselves. It makes me curious how many of those people are actually cheering for the Flames this winter. You can always tell those fair weather fans from other fans by what they post on Facebook. People who have never made a comment at all about any sports are suddenly posting about, a team or a player and their accomplishments, as opposed to some of my friends who every single post they do is about sports. Third, there are those people who can take it or leave it. They may have grown up somewhere other than Canada, and professional sports are not a big thing there. Or they might enjoy watching a game with family or a close friend. But if there isn't the promise of that, why even take the time? Myself, I've never been a true sports fan, and I absolutely refuse to let myself jump on a bandwagon. I feel if I'm going to cheer for a team when they're winning, I should commit and cheer and be a true supporter all the time. I'd rather love going to sporting events, though. I love the energy, I love the music, I love watching people, I love the excitement when there is points of some sort that happen. Live games are fun. There is a social aspect to it that an extrovert like myself just soaks up like a sponge. Okay, sports on TV, not so much for me. There is not enough going on that little screen to keep my attention. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while there is exciting things happening, but it's not really engaging enough. So, lucky for me, I married a man who's not into watching sports either. It saves us a lot of time and effort and emotional distress. We don't never get worked up about how our team is doing, because it doesn't matter whether a team wins or loses. On the flip side, when a group of friends are together and talking about sports and various teams and their players, I don't have a lot to contribute. I feel like a person without children in a room full of parents who are all talking about their kids' latest accomplishment. So whether you're a true sports fan, a sometimes sports fan, or you can take it or leave it, one thing is for certain. Sports is where the action is. And the crowd